Welcome to Spring LIB.
Okay, so I see that you need help with this question. It says two different simple random samples are drawn from two different populations. The first sample consists of 30 people, with 14 having common attribute, so 14 out of 30. The second sample consists of 2,200 people, with 1,559 having the same common attribute, so 1,005 out of 2,200. Compare the results from the hypothesis test, and then with a 0.05 significance. Okay, and then a 95% confidence interval, and that is a 95% is going to be 1.96. And then what are the null and alternative hypothesis for the hypothesis test? Okay, so for A, it says what are the null and alternative hypothesis for the hypotheses test? So comparing results that, see, 14 divided by 30, and then so that is 0.47, and then 1559 divided by 2020 is 0.71. That at least 47% of people have a common attribute, or is it 71% of people? 71% of people. All right. Then identify the test statistic. So B for the test. So the test statistic is 0.47 or 47%. Identify the critical values. So C. So the critical value, we're doing a 95% confidence interval, and we are using 1.96 as a z-score. So we are going to take first 0.47, and we are going to then, so we're going to take 0.467. We'll go up 3 decimal places, and then we'll round to 2. And then we're going to times that by 1 minus 467. And then we're going to add that to 1 minus 1 over. And then this is divided by 30. And then this is 0.709 times 1 minus 0.709. And that is divided by 2,200. And so I'm finding the square root of that. And then I have 0.467 minus 0.709, and that is negative 0.242, and that's plus or minus, and then the square root of this times this is 0.18, and that here is the margin of error. And when I compute the test statistic, and then it's the 99 or 95% confidence interval is going to be between negative 0.421, comma 0.0624. Okay. And then it wants to know the 99% confidence interval, so 99%, and that is going to be a z-score of 2.576, and then that's times the square root of c. So I'm going to just break this down. 1 minus 0.467, and then I'm going to multiply that by 0.467, divide that by 30, and that's going to be 0.00829 plus 1 minus 0.709 times 0.709, divide that by 2,200, and that's 0.000093781 plus 0.00829, and then I have 2.576 times the square root of 0.00829 plus 0.123493781, and that's 0.00829 plus 0.123493781, and that's 0.00838. So the square root of 0.008383, and that's 2.576 times 0.0916 times 2.576. And so that is negative 0.242 plus or minus 0.2358. So I have negative 0.242 minus 0.2358, and that's negative 0.4778, comma, and then if I add them together, that's negative 0.0062, and it's anywhere between 47%, negative 47%, and negative 6.2%. So it decreases by that amount. So I hope that this video helps. This is a middle school math teacher signing